Islam is the third largest religion in the United States, behind Christianity and Judaism, and equaling the shares of Buddhism and Hinduism. A 2017 study estimated that 1.1%, or 3.45 million Americans, of the population of the United States are Muslim. In 2017, 20 states, mostly in the South and Midwest, reported Islam to be the largest non-Christian religion. In 2020, the U.S. religion census found there to be 4.45 million Muslim Americans, or roughly 1.3% of the population. The first Muslims to arrive in America were enslaved people from West Africa, such as Omar ibn Said and Ayuba Suleiman Diallo. During the Atlantic slave trade, an estimated 10 to 20% of the slaves brought to colonial America from West Africa were Muslims. However, Islam was suppressed on plantations. Nearly all enslaved Muslims and their descendants converted to Christianity during the 18th and 19th centuries, though the Black Power movement of the 20th century would later influence the revival of Islam among descendants of slaves. Prior to the late 19th century, the vast majority of documented Muslims in North America were merchants, travelers, and sailors. From the 1880s to 1914, several thousand Muslims immigrated to the United States from the former territories of the Ottoman Empire and British India. The Muslim population of the U.S. increased dramatically in the second half of the 20th century due to the passage of the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, which abolished previous immigration quotas. About 72% of American Muslims are immigrants or second generation. In 2005, more people from Muslim-majority countries became legal, permanent United States residents, nearly 96,000, than there had been in any other year in the previous 2 decades. In 2009, more than 115,000 Muslims became legal residents of the United States. American Muslims come from various backgrounds and, according to a 2009 Gallup poll, are one of the most racially diverse religious groups in the United States. According to a 2017 study done by the Institute for Social Policy, American Muslims are the only faith community surveyed with no majority race, with 26% white, 18% Asian, 18% Arab, 9% Black, 7% mixed race, and 5% Hispanic. The Pew Research Center estimates about 73% of American Muslims are Sunni and 16% are Shia. The remainder identify with neither group and include movements such as the Nation of Islam, Ahmadiyya, or non-denominational Muslims. Conversion to Islam in large cities has also contributed to its growth over the years. According to the Pew Research Center, approximately 55% of Muslims in the United States are Sunni Muslims, with Shia Muslims representing roughly 16% of the American Muslim population. They originate from South Asia, Europe, Middle East, and East Africa, and are often from the countries of Islamic Republic of Pakistan, India, Islamic Republic of Iran, Lebanon, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Yemen, and East Africa. The heart of Shi'ism in the U.S. is placed in Dearborn, home to the Islamic Center of America. The North American Shia Ithna Ashari, Twelver Shi'ism, Muslim Communities Organization, NASIMCO, is the largest umbrella group for North American Shias. The remainder identify with neither group, including some who consider themselves to be non-denominational Muslims. Non-denominational Muslims do not have any specific affiliation with a religious body and usually describe themselves as being just a Muslim. Muslims who were born in the U.S. are more likely to be non-denominational than immigrant Muslims. In 2020, the U.S. Mosque Survey identified 2,796 Islamic places of worship in the United States. a 31% increase from the 2010 count. The U.S. states with the highest number of mosques were New York, 343, California, 304, Texas, 224, Florida, 157, and New Jersey, 141, with New York gaining the highest number of mosques compared to 2011, 86 additional. As part of a sampled survey, the U.S. Mosque Survey reports that 6% of mosques self-identified as Shiite. Previously, in 2011, the number of mosques in the United States was 2,106. The nation's largest mosque, the Islamic Center of America, is in Dearborn, Michigan. It caters mainly to the Shia Muslim congregation. However, all Muslims may attend this mosque. It was rebuilt in 2005 to accommodate over 3,000 people for the increasing Muslim population in the region. In many areas, a mosque may be dominated by whatever group of immigrants is the largest. Sometimes the Friday sermons, or khutbahs, are given in languages like Urdu, Bengali, or Arabic, along with English. Areas with large Muslim populations may support a number of mosques serving different immigrant groups or varieties of belief within Sunni or Shia traditions. At present, many mosques are served by imams who immigrate from overseas, as only these imams have certificates from Muslim seminaries. Regarding mosque attendance, data shows that American Muslim women and American Muslim men attend the mosque at similar rates, 45% for men and 35% for women. Additionally, when compared to the general public looking at the attendance of religious services, young Muslim Americans attend the mosque at closer rates to older Muslim Americans. A Pew Research study found that women attendance at American mosques increased from 2011 to 2020, as did women participation in mosque administration, including positions on the Board of Trustees. According to a 2014 religious survey, 64% of American Muslims believe religion is very important. Nearly a quarter of the Muslims are converts to Islam, 23%, mainly native-born. Of the total who have converted, 59% are African American and 34% white. Previous religions of those converted was Protestantism, 67%, Roman Catholicism, 10%, and 15% no religion.